Being on the carpet is always kind of unreal, especially when you go to carpets like the AMAs or the Grammys, like, and you see Lizzo walk by, and you see Billie Eilish, and it's like, what am I doing here?
Hey, it's your girl, Emily Curl, and today we're hanging out with my girl, Sofia Carson. Sofia, how are you? It's so good to see you again.
I'm good, Em. It's always so good to see you.
Now, this is going to be a fun one that we have planned for you today because, like I mentioned, I always love your fashion and style sense. Truly, every time I've seen you, I compliment you on something. So this time we pulled a few of our favorite looks that you've worn. I thought we could go through them today, and you give us the behind-the-scenes details, the glam, the styling, all the creative direction, all of that good stuff today.
Okay, let's do it.
So let's go ahead and throw up the first image. You know we had to start with this one. This is from your Fool's Gold video. It's so fire.
Thank you. This was one of those looks that kind of took me out of my comfort zone a little bit. You know, when I was thinking of the creative behind Fool's Gold and the story that I wanted to tell, of course, fashion is such an important part of the story that I'm telling. I wanted to stick with the colors that were in fire, since fire was kind of the theme of the video. And of course, red is one of those colors. And this Balenciaga piece, we had our eye on, and we had sent my stylist a photo from the runway, and he had also thought of the same thing. I'm not one to wear tight clothing. Like, I wear like boyfriend jeans. Like, I'm not one to feel super comfortable in super tight clothing. And this was like a full-on bodysuit. Like, actually, like the shoes are included in the pants, so I would step into it like from shoes all the way up.
These are pants?
It's pants with the dress kind of draped over top. And when I put it on, and even though it was like slightly out of my comfort zone, it just felt also kind of really empowering at the same time, and kind of badass. I think it's one of my favorite parts of the Fool's Gold video when that outfit comes to life and you see like the flames behind it. It's pretty amazing.
When you walked onto set that day in that outfit too, was everyone just hyping you up?
100%. Hannah Lux Davis, who's amazing, is also just like the greatest person, and she would always hype me up, and it was really cool. At first I was like, oh my God, how does it look? And then when I saw I always like to watch the takes back, and I watched the first take back, and it was just really a really powerful statement that look was telling. So I'm really happy.
Such a good one to kick us off with. We have a few more for you. If you want to go ahead and throw the next one up on screen. Oh yes.
I loved everything about this. Yeah, this was the Golden Globes 2020, right before the world shut down. My mom and my sister were both there with me. I think I fit for this dress the day before, and I'm pretty sure it was the first dress that I tried on, and it was just undeniable. It's a Jean-Baptiste Valli haute couture piece, and I adore Jean-Baptiste Valli. I've had the privilege of wearing him for so many special moments in my career, and this dress was just magical. And I feel like clothes are such a powerful thing because they make us feel a certain way, and some things just make you feel happy and really beautiful, and his pieces always do that. And I think there's such an important element to that, and me and my mom always take that into consideration. It's not so much how you look, but how you feel. And I just felt so great in this. I'm so happy. And that whole carpet was just kind of electric. It was great.
One thing we have to go back to that you just mentioned is you put on this dress the day before. You were going to walk the red carpet the day before. You did not know what you were wearing on the red carpet.
But that happens more often than you think. If you were like, not just me, but ask people around. Yeah.
Oh, is that nerve-wracking? I feel like I'd be like, how do you know something's going to fit? Like,
it is a little, but now that I've been doing this for so many years, and now I also know the certain designers and stuff that I know will fit. So if I know that we're expecting a piece from Jean-Baptiste or maybe Valentino, like, we know that it will fit. It's more so a matter of like, is it right for the moment? But I've had to learn to let go of a little bit of my OCD a little bit in this career, because so much happens last minute. No matter how over prepared you are, like, just certain things happen that way.
Love it. Okay, let's throw our next one up on screen. Yes, This is one of my favorites. I can't even get over this train. This train is insane. Yeah. How long is this train?
You know what? I should find out exactly how long, but it had to have been 20 feet. But it was also a Jean-Baptiste haute couture piece. Yet again, first one that I tried, and it was just undeniable the second I put it on. His dresses are just like magic because they have this beautiful combination of femininity and also such strength at the same time. Every time I wear them, they always happen to fit perfectly, which is amazing. And they just feel so powerful, but also beautiful and fragile at the same time. And it's always a privilege to wear them. This was the Latin Grammys, end of 2019.
This has to be two separate pieces too. Like, what are the logistics of it? Does the train go on it's all one?
Piece. That's the beauty of his work. Like couture pieces take, I think, over 100 hours to make, and it's all by hand.
That is insane.
Insane. And it traveled with us from LA to Vegas. So it's always nerve-wracking when you travel.
So now even like walking in this, Sophia, are you like having to weave behind people like, excuse my train, excuse me?
Well, yeah, we had to have like a couple of people holding up the train for whenever I was walking through the crowd. And then when I got to walk the carpet, luckily the wind was in my favor. So as long as I was like strutting fast, it was like the wind was pushing the dress up. It was great.
An amazing moment. Okay, let's pull up our next one. Yes.
So one of my favorite pieces. This was also that same weekend. I performed at the Latin Grammys Person of the Year celebration performance. And this is a beautiful, beautiful number. And it is just, I love the color. I had never worn anything like it before. Also, it wasn't my first pick. I remember I tried on a couple pieces. And then when I tried this on, the second I saw it in video and I saw it in motion is when it convinced us completely, because there's something about how it's made that it just kind of moves like magic. It was beautiful. I love this piece.
Let's throw our next one up on screen. I think we have a few more for you.
Oh my gosh, the AMAs. Another one out of my comfort zone. This was tight and it was sequin. This was a gorgeous Francesco Scognamiglio piece. It ended up being, perfect for the event and it was the AMAs also 2019. When I first tried it on, it was just one of those kind of undeniable ones, even though it was like tight and not really in my comfort zone. It was just such a beautiful piece and just felt so sculpture-like, and how it was made, it was so beautiful.
Okay, for you, Sophia, I always joke with my roommates especially that like the most fun is the getting ready to see like what you're gonna look like and when you put it on and like having the final look. Do you enjoy the getting ready aspect more, or do you enjoy being in it and enjoying your night and going out?
Both. The getting ready is always fun, especially when it's like not just me but by myself, like if my sister's there and my mom is there. It's always really fun and when you get to share that with people. But then being on the carpet is always kind of unreal, especially when you go to carpets like the AMAs or the Grammys, and you see Lizzo walk by and you see Billie Eilish and it's like, what am I doing here? So there's always like a certain electricity in the air that's really kind of contagious and makes you even feel more empowered in front of the camera, if that makes sense. There's like something in the wind. But yeah, I like both.
What do you miss the most about red carpet specifically?
So people, I've been able to do a ton of carpets, but it's not the same because it's only one person at a time and maybe only one camera instead of like the sea of cameras who are like over here. And then you get to see like all people that you admire and musicians and actors around you. And there's just something really special about it. And then you get to see fans too. And that energy just isn't there right now. And I can't wait till we get back to that.
One more question for you about this, and then we have a few more for you, is who is your favorite like artist or celebrity to see on the red carpet style-wise?
Angelina Jolie, I find, is just timeless and iconic and just the epitome of elegance. Cate Blanchett, I think, is always incredible on the carpet. Rita Ora is always exciting on the carpet, and she always has a really fun way of playing with couture and music. Lipa recently is always a staple on the carpet. Elle Fanning is probably my favorite. I love what she wears because it's always really feminine and kind of classic, but always has a little bit of an edge, and there's always something kind of timeless about her. So I would say that maybe Elle Fanning is my current favorite.
Okay, we have a few more for you. Let's throw up the next one.
Oh, so this was in Paris, and this was a Valentino piece, which is also one of my favorites. And we just did kind of a photo shoot in the streets of Paris, and this was actually in front of the Louvre. I miss Paris Fashion Week so much. That week is always so magical, and I can't wait till we can go back to that.
All right, let's throw up the next one on screen.
Oh, I love this was a press day for the premiere of Pretty Little Liars in New York. And this is a Carolina Herrera full head to toe look. And it was, I think, perhaps even the favorite to this day that I've worn for press and for street style, or at least one of them. I loved everything about this. And I loved the lines, pop of blue, that it was a pantsuit, but it was just had a bit of an edge to it because it had that row that was kind of wrapped around the waist. I loved the coat, the color scheme, the color blocking of it all. I loved it.
How different is your street style compared to like your red carpet style?
I mean, my day-to-day regular Sophia street style is like gym clothing. So we haven't pulled any of those up, thank God. It's like the baggiest clothes or gym clothes. But if I'm doing press, it's always a little bit different. It also depends on what I'm doing press for. Like if I'm doing press for acting, I usually tend to dress differently than if I was doing press for music, if that makes any sense. And this was for acting.
What's the big difference between like acting and music?
I would say music is a little bit more playful. beautiful. For like all my Fool's Gold interviews, I kind of have stuck to like a certain theme of gold. And for Guess I'm a Liar, there was a different theme. So I kind of stick to a theme depending on what the visual story is of that song. And for acting, there's just a little bit, I think it's a little bit more, perhaps more classic.
More refined or, okay.
Yeah.
Let's start our next one on screen. Oh, yeah.
Also, one of my favorite moments. This was my first time attending the Valentino show in Paris. This was 2019. We had fit the day before for a couple of pieces, but I hadn't fallen in love with anything yet. And then that morning, a couple of hours before the show, this arrived at the hotel, and it was just undeniable. And right after the show, we went to this fountain and started taking photos, and it was just how the wind was kind of sweeping the dress. It was magical. And I also met the designer that day, Pier Paolo, who I adore. So it was just one of those days that was kind of like a dream.
Let's set the next one up on screen.
Oh, so this was my
Oscars.
Wow, time flies. It's my first Oscars, and I think we found the dress that same morning, and it's a Monique Goulier dress, and the whole look was inspired in Audrey Hepburn's Oscar look when she won her first Oscar. She's always been my style icon, so we did the hair similar to hers and the red lip, and she also wore a white dress. And this was, I think today will be one of the most memorable carpets. It was 2017. I think my career was really just beginning. And I was like, what am I doing here? It was like Nicole Kidman walked by me and all these icons. And I genuinely walked the carpet feeling like I was on a cloud. It was really special. And that dress made me feel so beautiful. And I'll never forget that day.
Let's start our next one up on screen.
I just performed on American Idol, which is unreal to say because I grew up religiously watching the show with my family. I opened the show on the last Sunday, and it was Disney night, and I was so honored to sing, and I sang A Whole New World from Aladdin. And I tried this dress on, I think the day before as well, or perhaps 2 days before. I think I tried on the dress Friday and I performed Sunday, so it actually wasn't that bad. But when we saw the photo, we kind of already had a feel that this would be the dress. But when we saw it on me and saw it come to life, it just kind of took on a whole new world. LOL, whole new world. The color was just so beautiful, and of course the color purple for that song is perfect. And it's an Elie Saab dress, and it just really felt like a modern day princess because there's something really romantic about it, but also something kind of edgy about it too, because it's really short and has just like a certain edge to it. And the second we saw it on stage with that beautiful big train and the beautiful big shoulders, it was beautiful.
And this is all one dress, right? It's not like different pieces.
It's all one dress. I know, it's all one big piece. I love wearing big dresses, as you guys can tell.
What else can we expect from you, look forward to from you this year?
This year has already been, knock on wood, thank God, a really beautiful year in terms of music and work for me, and I'm so grateful for that. Fool's Gold is climbing the charts, which is so exciting, so thank you to everyone watching for all your support of the song. Fool's Gold is the beginning of a story that I'm sharing with the world, and I'm writing the rest of the story, and I'm almost done writing it, which is really exciting. So you'll be hearing the rest of that soon. And this summer, I will go into production on the first film that I'm producing and also starring in, which is really exciting, called Purple Hearts. Of course, I have more campaigns with Revlon coming up. I was just announced the face of their new fragrance, which is really exciting, and a couple other exciting things that are coming up after that. And yeah, it's enjoying every second of the dream that I get to live every day.
Oh, it's amazing. And what about live shows? Are you able to play some soon? Like, what is that looking like for you?
I think so. It all depends on what's safe, and what I keep hearing in all the meetings that I've been in is that fall seems like the time that this may start happening. So I'll be the first person on that stage as soon as it all opens up.
We can't wait to see you there. Sofia Carson, thank you so much for being here.
You're the best.
Course, congratulations on everything happening. Thanks so much for taking a walk down our fashion memory lane with Sofia Carson. Make sure you stream her single Fool's Gold out now on iHeartRadio, and we'll see you next time.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Did you like that video? You can check out more over here. And don't forget to subscribe to iHeart right here. And if you're already a longtime fan, make sure you ring the bell down below so you don't miss a single video. Bye guys.